the digestive system. 80% of your white blood cells are represented within the immune system. So any assault on the digestive system will impact the immune system, because most of the immune system is within the digestive system. Now this is where it gets very relevant. According to a very famous neurogastroenterologist, Dr. Patricia, 90% of the body's serotonin and 50% of the body's dopamine, these are chemicals that regulate brain function, are produced in the gut. They're housed in the gut. So the vast majority of things like attention and focus, problem solving, learning, sleep, memory and mood are influenced by dopamine and serotonin. So these are chemicals that mediate these responses. You cannot focus properly, you cannot pay attention, you cannot think clearly, you cannot learn effectively, you cannot sleep properly without dopamine and serotonin. And where it's dopamine and serotonin produced, 90% of the production of these chemicals produced in the gut. Very interesting. And we would think that dopamine and serotonin being neurotransmitters would only affect us on that level, but it doesn't. Dopamine and serotonin are essential in terms of controlled movement, essential in terms of proper muscle contractions. If you're an athlete, it's going to affect you on a coordination level. It's going to affect your potential, in terms of strength output, power output, force output. It affects bone metabolism. So as we age, osteoporosis becomes more and more of an issue. Who regulates dopamine and serotonin? Who regulates bone metabolism, dopamine and serotonin, and who regulates, or where is that regulated? Within the gut. Or other things that also influence like nerve cell function, tissue repair, cardiovascular function as well. Okay. So these are things that are under the influence of dopamine and serotonin. Now, dopamine and serotonin, these powerful neurochemicals that affect all areas of our functionality, all areas of our integrity, are produced in certain cells called enterochromaffin cells. And you would think that such an important thing, a thing that really regulates who we can be, how we can actualize our lives, would be under our control. And interestingly enough, it's not. The production of dopamine and serotonin is not under our control, but rather residents, colonizers that live within us, the bacteria that lives within the gut. And there was a study that was published last year, journal Cell, and it looked at the impact of not having microbes, not having bacteria in the gut on the production of dopamine and serotonin, especially serotonin. And they found that if you don't have bacteria in the gut, you produce 60% less serotonin. So that's 60% less potential. But what was very interesting about the study is that the minute the bacteria were recolonized, everything normalized, everything stabilized, which shows how much potential we do have in that space, in that regard. So it really boils down to symbiosis, boils down to relationship. Even within us, we have relationships, and we have to nurture those relationships. Unfortunately, we abuse those relationships, which I'm going to point out in upcoming slides. So if you're looking at bacteria in the gut, often referred to as the microbiome. So defined, if you look at a dictionary definition, it's small naturally occurring community of flora occupying a large habitat. The large habitat is the human body, and the flora consists of billions of bacteria. Now you've got bacteria in the mouth, you've got bacteria in the respiratory tract, stomach, intestine, skin, urogenital tract. And they're all very specific. The bacteria within the nose protects you from harmful bacteria that could induce sinus infections. So if you're constantly putting in sprays that kill our own bacteria, unfortunately you're predisposing yourself to more and more infections. And the same thing happens with the respiratory system. Get a little cough, take an antibiotic, decimate your natural bacterial populations. They lose their protective effect, and you just keep picking up with more and more infections. And the same thing happens with all the other different species. Now, if you get skin bacteria in the gut, not a good thing. They don't have the same degree of functionality and don't confer the same benefits. It's very important to keep the right bacteria in the right place. In terms of how many bacteria species do we have on us, we've got about 10,000 different bacterial species, and they say that bacteria on the human body outnumbers our cells 10 to 1. There's 100 trillion cells in the human body, and it outnumbers us by 10 to 1. Essentially, cell for cell, we are bacteria. Now, what's interesting is that within you've got 10,000 different species, but about 10% of that lives or resides in the gut. Bacteria, in terms of the general, the collective population on my body here, I'm sitting with about 2.5 kilograms of bacteria on me as I'm speaking now. And I mean, I suppose if you do want to lose weight very quickly, take a lot of antibiotics or lose a lot of bacteria, lose weight quite quickly, but unfortunately, there will be a little bit of a compromise as a result. So you've got all these species. Now, these species collectively constitute an additional organ. So we've got 68 organs in the human body, and the collective effect of all the bacteria in the body is believed to be, from a metabolic and biologic perspective, an extra organ, the 69th organ of the body.